Well, good morning. Welcome to Thought for the Day. It does seem increasingly likely that we're going to be given a lot of freedom in just a few days' time, about 10 days' time, on the 19th of July. And as I started to think about it on Tuesday, that freedom comes, as it always does, with a responsibility. It comes with a responsibility, particularly for God's people, to make choices, to decide where our priorities lie. We may well have the freedom to do a number of different things, but at the same time we're aware that there are risks. There are COVID risks. Maybe I played them down too strongly on Tuesday. That they are there, particularly for some vulnerable people. And if Christianity is about anything, it's about protecting the vulnerable in terms of practical outworking. So we're going to have to make choices. Which of those freedoms are the most important things? What are the most important things that we need to be able to do when it comes to the 19th of July, when we're allowed to do lots of things but need to choose which ones, which are the risks, as it were, that are worth taking, because they are really important things to do. And I'd like to suggest that one of the really important things we need to do as soon as we're allowed to is to sing. Is to start singing together again. I had a fascinating experience just last week. The music group at St Albans were practicing in the church, and I was there helping to get the streaming and the sound system all set up. And it all went very well. It was all working well, and I had a wonderful experience. I was in the middle of the church by myself. Music group were right at the front. They were behind screens. They were singing some beautiful music, and I suddenly realised I had the freedom to join in. This wasn't communal singing. I was by myself in church. There's nothing illegal about it. I was a long way from them, and they were behind screens anyway. But I was able to join in, and there was something really, really special about adding my voice to music that was already there, joining my voice with other people's. Something, almost a spiritual experience of aligning myself with others, aligning my heart, the expression of my heart, which is what singing is, with that of other people. A real sense of almost a mystical communion and joining together with Lawrence and Helen as they were singing. And I thought, this is something we've missed. I haven't done this in the church building for more than a year, almost a year and a half now. And we've had some chances to sing outside, but somehow singing outside wasn't quite the same. There weren't enough of us, and it kind of got lost in the wind, and in order to hear, it had to be amplified quite strongly. It wasn't the same as singing really together with other people, letting my voice echo into the building as their voices were echoing around it. And that's important for us as Christians, because the people of God, the people of the Bible, have always been singing people. Ever since that first rescue, the rescue that pointed to Jesus, when the people of Israel were brought across the Red Sea miraculously. They got to the other side, and what did they do? They sang. Miriam sang a song of praise to God. They responded to God in praise. As the people of God went into the land and discovered that they weren't all that maybe they'd hoped they would be, they started to sing. The core of the Bible is the book of, right at the heart of the Bible is the book of Psalms, 150 songs that allowed the people of God to pour out their hearts to God. Songs allowed them to bring their anguish to God. By the rivers of Babylon, we sat down and wept. How could we sing? And yet they did sing. They sang, how could we sing? Because singing is an expression of the heart. The last several psalms in the book of Psalms are psalms of ascent, psalms that they would sing together as they went up to the temple. And of course the volume on the singing gets turned up, doesn't it, when Jesus appears or is about to appear. Mary is told what's going to happen. She breaks into song. Zechariah is struck dumb, but as soon as John is born and Zechariah says what his name should be, his mouth is opened and he comes out in song, a song of praise to God. And then when Jesus is actually born, the volume gets turned up even further. The angel comes with an announcement to the shepherds, and suddenly there's a whole choir of heavenly angels. It's as if all of heaven joins in singing. It's because and singing isn't just something that we can listen to. It's good to listen to music, but we need to join in. We need to respond. I've said it many times before, but really, what the Bible reveals is that everything hangs on our response to Jesus, and that's a response of the mind. It's a response of the will, but more than anything, it's a response of the heart. It's a response that starts when our hearts leap at the idea at the discovery, the reminder that God loves us with a never giving up, never running out, never fading love. It's a response that starts in our heart, but it's a response that comes out in singing. So I really hope that as we think hard together about how we're going to use the freedoms, which freedoms we're going to use, that we put very high on our list the chance once again to sing together in response to a God who loves us. Well, may God bless you through today, and hope to speak to you again soon.